Port Moody-Coquitlam.
Honourable Speaker, Flavelle Sawmill, owned by Mill and Timbre, is located on the waterfront in Port Moody. For years, Flavelle ran 2 shifts per day, employing 60 workers. Now they're down to a single shift, and even that's not consistent. A 50% job loss at this mill, Mr. Speaker. Why? Lack of fibre. The Forest Minister is actively encouraging the export of raw logs, yet a mill in my community can't get wood to keep workers employed. What's the Minister going to do to restore the timber supply to Flavelle so they can rehire the laid-off workers?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and firstly, appreciate receiving the first question in the House from the new member, and again, this issue has been canvassed extensively in the House, Mr. Speaker. We are continuing to work on ensuring that our log export policy remains balanced. There's a surplus test to ensure that logs needed, lumber needed for domestic mills is subject to the surplus test. That is done through both a surplus test and a fair market test. Mr. Speaker, we're continuing to work to ensure that the policy is balanced. We're working through it with the industry, with the stakeholder groups, and we'll continue to ensure that we have a balanced policy, one that is creating jobs in British Columbia, one that's ensuring that uneconomic stands are harvested. Mr. Speaker, harvest levels are up in both the interior and the coast. We're continuing to work to make sure that we have a balanced policy here in British Columbia.
Member has a supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Flavelle has skilled workers, efficient operations, and a good market. What they don't have is wood, because the BC Liberals think shipping raw logs is better than processing them here at home. Will the Minister put our mills like Flavelle ahead of offshore jobs? Will he take steps today to ensure that BC logs stay in BC to create BC jobs?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, the log export policy surplus test applied, making sure that logs are available for domestic mills when that surplus test is applied under export permits. Mr. Speaker, again, the balanced policy, 7.3 million cubic meters of lumber to China. That's creating jobs, 9,000 new jobs in British Columbia as a result of having the balanced policy, continuing to build export opportunities for lumber in British Columbia. Mr. Speaker, that's what we're going to continue to focus on to ensure that we continue to build the opportunities for harvesting in British Columbia, which will provide logs for the domestic market. We're working with the industry to ensure we have that balance. We're working to ensure that the surplus test is applied efficiently, Mr. Speaker. That's the work we continue to do with the Timber Export Advisory Committee. That work will continue as we work towards that balanced policy here in British Columbia.